Greetings and welcome to video number 2 on complementary and supplementary angles, lesson 7.2 in our Big Ideas book, where we were dealing with complementary angles, two angles whose angle measure sum is equal to 90 degrees. A lot of times if those two angles are adjacent, they share a vertex, they share a common side, you might see a right angle box in the corner that says, hey, these two angles do make 90 degrees. Or that one big angle makes 90 degrees. That means the one inside better add up to 90 degrees, meaning they are complementary. And then we have supplementary angles, two angles whose measure sum is equal to 180. And many times when you see them that are adjacent, you will see that they form a straight angle. So right here, we're going to get started using complementary and supplementary angles. The directions tell us. They tell us to tell whether two angles are complementary, supplementary, or neither, and then find the value of x. So right away, we can see that we have this one large angle right here, and that inside it is this right angle box. That's saying that that large angle is 90 degrees, and then the ones that are inside it, if there are any, add up to 90. So that means that we have complementary angles because we have two angles, A-R-Y, two angles whose sum is 90 because they form that right angle box. So now all we have to do is add them up. 8x plus 7x, we know that their sum is 90 degrees. Simplify by combining like terms, 15x is equal to 90. Using our multiplicative inverse, the opposite of multiplying is to divide by 50. That isolates the variable x, canceling out, leaving x. Keeping the equation balanced, using the properties of equality by dividing both sides by 15, and you get that x is 6 degrees. Now, if you wanted to, that is the value of x. That's not the angle measure. If you wanted to find the angle measure, let's say we wanted to find this angle right here, then you would take 8 times 6, and you would say that that one's 48. Over here, you would go 7 times 6 and say that one's 42. And if you wanted to prove it, you would go 48 and 42, add them up and say that they equal 9 degrees, just to prove. Moving right along. Here we have two angles that are adjacent, and lo and behold, when I look at them, they do look to me to be forming a straight angle. That means they are supplementary, which means they equal 180 degrees when you add those two angles up. So all we have to do is write that equation. Wow, equations. We've been having to do equations since chapter 3, unit 3. 6x plus 4 plus 10x, x equals 180 degrees. Combining like terms, 16x plus 4 equals 180. Isolating and keeping balance, first thing we're going to combine like terms by doing the inverse operations because they are on opposite sides. Using the properties of equality, 16x is now equal to 176. Dividing by 16 using multiplicative inverse and properties of equality, x is equal to 11. And of course, again, you could put 11 up there and multiply 10 times 11 to find that this angle is 121 degrees. Oh, 110 degrees. Hello, I can multiply. And then you could do the same thing on the other one to find out what that one equaled. And then you could add the two up to be absolutely positive that they did equal, in fact, 180 degrees. Our next example, example number 11. Once again, we have two angles that do form a straight angle. That means they are supplementary, which means they equal 180 degrees when you add them. Now, some of you might take a quick look at that and say, wow, that looks like a 90-degree angle in there. So each one of those angles must be 90 degrees, so I can find that out real fast. Well, that may in fact be true when we're done. You should never assume, because there are many times that they will give you that one is 89 and one of them is 91. So you might want to make sure you just do the math. These two angles, the 2x plus 60 angle added to the 6x angle, must equal 180. Combining 8x plus 60 is 180. Subtracting 60 from both sides, 8x equals 120. Dividing by 8, we know that x is equal to 20. No, I'm sorry. Dividing by 8, x is equal to 15. x is equal to 15. And of course, you could slow 15 up there, and you could go 6 times 15 if you wanted to find the value of any particular angle. Or 2 times 15 plus 60. And there you go. Our last example, we have, again, 2 angles that are adjacent. And of course, when you see them and they have this angle box in the corner, you know that they are complementary. And you know that complementary angles equal 90 degrees. So I take the 3x angle, add it to the 30-degree angle, and that better equal 90 degrees. Subtracting 30 from both sides, 3x is equal to 60. Divided by 3, x equals, there's my 20. There we go, 20. And of course, you can multiply 3 times 20 to find out what the angle measure of that other angle is. That is pretty easy stuff, utilizing what we know about complementary and supplementary angles to find the value that we need. All right, tell whether the 2 angles are complementary, supplementary, or neither, and then find the value of x. So what I need you to do with this quick write for C and D, please make a quick drawing. You don't have to be absolutely perfect, but you can draw pretty well. You don't have to draw some sloppy, nasty line, and then label them real quick, and then do the math that we just practiced a moment ago. Remember to end your notes by writing down any questions that you have regarding complementary and supplementary angles. You can put a question mark, you can highlight next to a section that you feel you need a little bit more support. Please come to class with some questions. Get busy on your assignment. Begin your assignment when you're done with your quick write. Use your assignment as maybe a way of generating some questions to come into class that you need. Quality effort, 45 total minutes of math tonight. Aggressiveness, urgency, I say the same things. If you want a different result than you're getting, then you need to do something different. Remember, the definition of insanity is to continue trying to do things the same exact way, expecting a different result. You are all capable. I believe in all of you. It's time for you to believe in yourself, do what you need to do to be successful. Ladies and gentlemen, can't wait to see you tomorrow. Good night.